Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Wednesday, the 12th of November is here. International break is about to kick off. It's slowly kicking off. It's going to kick off tomorrow, even to bigger extent, but still. There are news regarding Arsenal. There are news regarding quite a bit of stuff, to be honest, to some extent, regarding Arsenal. There is talk about Arsenal. And of course, there are some discussions to be had so far based on the season. Hence why today we're going to talk about Maurizio Micheli, Arsenal's new signing that could actually be done very, very soon, according to rumors, according to reports. Go figure if it's going to happen right now, but it's definitely going to happen apparently before the January window, which is quite interesting. Basically, Arsenal are about to sign a new scout, which is going to be very interesting to see how that's going to influence Arsenal's scouting department, Arsenal's player recruitment and young player scouting, and how they're going to find that talent to improve the team, to improve the squad, and everything that follows afterward, of course. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. So it's definitely Arsenal are doing some things that are very weird. It's a very nice approach. We are losing some old ones that were not that good, and we are getting some proper ones. Let's just put it that way. On top of all that, of course, we're going to have some discussions. We're going to talk about all the Arsenal players, but we're going to try and focus today on Eberechi Eze. We're going to try and focus on Eberechi Eze because his performances as well have not been the greatest and are raising quite a few questions. Let's just put it that way, for the lack of a better word. So we're definitely going to talk about that as well, and some other bits and bobs here or there. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the live chat and everything, so we can discuss them, we can tackle them, we can have an open discussion. And to be honest, let's not drag this too long. Let's get straight into it. And of course, we're going to kick things off with this one. We have to kick things off with this one. Arsenal are about to sign Maurizio Micheli. According to Fabrizio Romano, he has agreed to join Arsenal as part of the recruitment team under director Andrea Berta. Of course, he's building like an Italian mafia type of thing is going on here. Italians are rising at Arsenal. Micheli did excellent job at Napoli in recent years and has set to leave, with Arsenal move imminent. Deal to be formally sealed very, very, very soon, which is going to be interesting to see. It definitely is gonna be interesting to see, because we looked at a tiny bit at it yesterday, and we saw that thanks to Micheli, he has found Asamoah Montari as well. He signed Kvaratskhelia, Kim Min-jae to Napoli. Some of the best players that have left that club, to be honest, to a certain extent. So it's gonna be interesting to see, will the players of similar or better even caliber gonna join Arsenal at any given time? Because definitely one of the big ones is Kvaratskhelia, who joined literally for pocket change to Napoli, and then they sold him for nearly 70 million euros. So it's going to be an interesting one. I still wish he came to Arsenal last January, but obviously Arsenal decided to do nothing in the last January. So basically, yeah, it was a bit of a tough pill to swallow given our left-wing situation. But definitely, with this guy coming in, Andrea Berta is building something. He definitely is building something, whether it's long-term, whether it's short-term. Go figure. Genuinely go figure, because also on top of that, there are some rumblings going around the footballing world, let's just put it for the lack of a better word, that Arsenal are talking with the new contract for Timber, for Bukayo Saka and all these guys. And there have been talks about Mikel Arteta as well, which is very, very confusing at the moment. Let's just put it that way, because with the money Arteta has had, with lack of achievements, let's just say that way, he has done, there are talks. Obviously, there are very mixed reports, because some are suggesting that Arsenal are talking, obviously, with Saka, with Timber and all these guys, but they are not talking with Arteta just yet. At the same time, there are some random reports suggesting that Andrea Berta already has gone to Stan Kroenke and has talked about Mikel Arteta with potential extension, which is very, very confusing at the moment, especially if Arteta doesn't win anything. I just cannot fathom this situation, how it can unfold and be in favor of Arsenal, especially if we don't win anything. So that for me is that big question mark that is happening around here. And confusion that it's causing, let's just say, on my end in those terms. I just hope it's not true at the end of the day. Like Arteta's contract runs out in what, 2027, 2028. He still has a bit of a while at Arsenal, let's be real. So why look at the extension now when he already is on 15.6 million, and to give him even more money, an increased amount of money, just seems kind of ludicrous, especially given his track record, well, of not winning stuff, let's just put it that way, to say the least. So I'm not too sure what to believe anymore. Obviously, you cannot believe any reports until it's pretty much everyone's talking about it or it's more credible. But ultimately, yeah, at the moment, it is a bit of a weird one. It definitely is a bit of a weird one. Let's just put it that way. Big up, Marlon. Give big up, Marlon. Hope you're doing well today. Big up, big up, big up, big up. No, I'll get him. Oh, I get it. I absolutely get it. I absolutely get it. Big up, Tyrell. Big up, Tyrell. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Go subscribe to Tyrell. Also does daily streams regarding Arsenal, usually on the morning side, midday side of day. So go show him some love, people. Go drop a like, go drop a sub and everything, all that good stuff. Exactly. So I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. But if we go back to Maurizio Micheli, right? I think it's a good appointment. Obviously, I have not seen him do I'm not following Napoli, right? I'm not following Serie A that much, so I cannot speak as much on him. Maybe if I could talk, if I had a chance to talk with Gianni, right? Gianni talks calcio, right? Maybe he could shed some light in terms of Maurizio Micheli and how he has done his thing and how he has did his work at Napoli and how big of a success he has brought to them. Let's just put it that way. But ultimately, for me, like if we just go base just the names, obviously you're gonna name the best ones, and obviously Salmo Montari, Asamoah Gyan, what else? Who else was there? Kim Min Jae and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Those are the biggest ones. No matter how you look at it, those are the biggest ones, and obviously that sounds hella great. That sounds very great. If he can help us to find our own Kvicha Kvaratskhelia for the left wing, I would be over the moon. I genuinely would be over the moon, and if also it would cost peanuts as well. More power to him, literally more power to him in that regard. So I'm definitely quite interested to see what he does at Arsenal. Definitely very, very, very interested. And the Italian mafia is rising at Arsenal, which is quite interesting as well. I just put it that way. More Italians are coming. Kind of feels like maybe there will be an Italian manager for Arsenal on the cards very soon with Andrea Berta. If Micheli joins, then maybe Inzaghi could be on the cards 100% at some point, especially if he leaves Al Hilal. Maybe there is something to it. Maybe, just maybe, there is something to it. Maybe it's just random conspiracy speculation on my end. Who knows? Genuinely, who knows at the end of the day. But definitely, Arsenal need improvements on their scouting. That goes without saying. They need some big established names who actually can do the job. Because so far we had rappers, we had some random, I don't know, architects and burger flippers and all this stuff. Maybe right now we are doing the things the right way, because one of the last things that Edu did, I think it was at Arsenal, he let pretty much every single scout go. Almost every single one. And now with Andrea Berta coming in, he's starting to build something established, something with foundations. And he's off to a very good start. I'm not going to lie. It's actually a very good, promising start. Berta himself, now Micheli. Maybe there will be some other people. So hopefully there is something good. Definitely hopefully there is something good with that. Give us Zidane or Nagelsmann or Inzaghi. Yeah, I don't think Nagelsmann, I'm not too sure because he coaches Germany, right? I'm not too sure that could work. Zidane would be interesting to see. Will we get him? I'm not too sure. But Inzaghi, definitely, that would be one of those I would definitely take a punt on. Definitely. That would be one of those managers I would love to see. Definitely would love to see. Arteta, sacked, Odegaard, Nelly, Trossard, Havertz, Jesus, Yera, Nelson, Lokonga, sold. Then we in business. Well, I think Nelson has the buy option or obligation to buy. Lokonga as well, if I'm not mistaken. Vieira as well for HSV. Havertz will go figure. Jesus go figure. Trossard go figure, because Andrea Berti is in constant contact with Leandro Trossard. His contract runs out in 2026, 2027, something like that. And maybe there could be some talks with extensions and something like that, but who knows? Who definitely knows? Odegaard, though, yeah. And for me, Odegaard should be let go. Definitely. For me personally, Odegaard should be let go. But would we sell him whilst Arteta is here? I'm not too sure about that one at all. Let's just put it that way. If we are looking from that point of view. In some other news, there is something regarding Riccardo Calafiori, the wild horse, the Italian stallion, and all this stuff is happening. Riccardo Calafiori is expected to miss the Italy's World Cup qualifier against Moldova tomorrow, apparently, with a hip injury. By the way, Calafiori has been following a separate training program away from his international teammates this week. He's staying with Italy. However, he is not playing. And here we go. It begins once again. Some players are coming back. Some players are going out. Maybe Skelly will get some minutes finally under his belt, because there was a stat. I'm not too sure if I saved it or not, but in the 9 games in Premier League, Maurizio Micheli has only played 86 minutes. Only 86 minutes, which definitely is not a great sign. Definitely not a big one, not a great one. And yeah, it definitely raises some questions. The other question about Calafiori more specifically is how significant is this hip injury? How long it's going to put him on the sidelines? That is the other one. How long Calafiori is going to be on the sidelines? Because I don't even know. Obviously, he's training separately, which means he can train to some extent, but he cannot indulge in the full physical contact with the players. So, yeah, it's not looking great, is it? Let's just put it that way. It's not looking great. And I said this as well. I said that this could happen because we had 2 international breaks with no injuries. September and October international break. And I was hoping that the November one could be some of the same, but it looks like it might not. It literally might not be the same. We might be getting some injuries coming our way, and yeah, it is a worry. Let's just put it that way. Get them out so we can cash. Yeah, we should, but it's not another injury, of course. Kind of shows how we need a left back, an actual left back. Yeah, we used to have an actual left back, but hey, he's not at the club anymore. So basically, we need to move on from that, I guess. We need to move on from that. We need to move on from him. So we'll see how that's going to go. We definitely will need to see how that's going to go. But Calafiori being injured, it's actually not that great, is it? It's actually not that great, because whether you like Calafiori or not, this season he actually has been very good. He actually has been very, very good in terms of going forward, in terms of trying to help us to create in the attack and trying us to create chances, attack, and spread the defense and everything. Defensively, he's been a bit less solid, but in the last few games as well, he has stayed back a bit more, which has made his defense a bit more solid. It hasn't allowed the pacey opponents, right? The pacey wingers to catch us out. So there's also that. So Calafiori has been decent, but yeah, it's not looking great, is it? Good morning. Good morning, Fusion. Good morning, Fusion. Have a great day. Have a great day. Have a great Thursday. And to be honest, if we look at Arsenal, we have quite a few players going out into international break. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 players, or 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 players have been called up to international duty. Mosquera to under-21s for Spain. But overall, pretty much our whole starting 11 has been called up to international duty. Raya, Saliba, Timber, Gabriel, Calafiori. Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Trossard, Saka, and that's about it. Obviously, we are missing one player, but there's also Norgard, there's also Merino, there's also Mosquera. So our whole starting 11 has been called up to international duty. And if some of them get injured, we could be in big trouble. No matter how you look at it, we could be in a big trouble in those terms, definitely. But overall, at the moment, it's not a big worry, that Calafiori injury, but yeah, bigger picture. Guarantee you will we will have some players coming back injured. Yeah, and that for me is the biggest issue here. Because I was kind of trying to copium and manifest, let's just put it that way, 3 international breaks with no injuries, right? We had 2. I was hoping this one would be some of the same, but it's quite evident that it's not. The international hasn't even been there, and we already have players injured. That is the biggest thing. That is one of the biggest worries in this regard. Yeah. That definitely is. I guess we will not lose that 14. That's basically our whole team plus some of the bench. Yeah, basically these are the players going out on international duty. Basically, David Raya, Saliba, Timba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Calafiori, Mosquera for under 21s, Merino, Norgard, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Trossard, and Saka. Our whole starting 11 pretty much is going out, plus some closest subs like Merino, Norgard, Mosquera as well, Hincapié. Like there are worries, and given that Calafiori is already injured, the wild stallion of the south, the wild stallion of the south is already injured with a hip. There could be more from this. There could be some more come to this. We could get more injuries. It may also come to a situation where it's not just Calafiori, but at least 1 or 2 more. There definitely could be something to it. Big up Eros. Big up Eros. Mikel music in the building. Hit the damn likes, people. Listen to Eros. Hit the damn likes and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, definitely it's not. Insane that our club allows that to happen. It's basically gambling with our season. Yeah, basically that's what it is. That's what it is. We are basically gambling with everyone. We all know that Saka is not in the best of situations. We all know that Declan Rice is one of those not the best, and Eze as well. And let's be real, England has already qualified for the World Cup. And the games against Albania and Serbia, to some extent, well, are nothing games. Yes, you can call them up and play them, just so they can be more integrated into the team. But at the same time, Tuchel can easily rotate and experiment with the closest reserves because, let's be real, if nothing major happens, Rice, Eze, Saka all are going to the World Cup for England, without shadow of a doubt. So you might as well let them be. Our players don't withdraw from that as well. Arteta hasn't vetoed them as well from not going. So we are risking quite a bit. Because if Timber gets injured as well, well, that could be a bit pickles because Ben White this season hasn't convinced me at all. So we are definitely playing with fire quite heavily. Despite the fact that as much as people want to say we have insane depth, insane bench, and all this stuff, who's going to be the backup for the backup? Who is going to be the backup for the backup at the end of the day? That is the other big question because it could come to that. Big up Stockholm Gunnar. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Big up Darren. Hope today's treating you well. Big up Fusion. North London Derby is when? 23rd of November. Yeah, 23rd of November, Sunday, late kickoff. Sunday, well, 4:30 kickoff. 4:30 kickoff, Sunday, the 23rd of November is North London Derby. We will be needing to add depth to our medical staff at this rate. Yeah, exactly. We are talking about the bench, but we need maybe some extra rooms in the hospital. We need some extra staff for the medical team and everything. It is a bit of a worry. Definitely, it is a bit of a worry in that regard. I can see Rice playing left back low key. I don't want to see that one single bit. Not high key, not low key, not mid key, no key whatsoever. I don't want to see him at left back at all. Whatsoever, because technically speaking, for left back we have Calafiori, Skelly, and Hincapié. We have 3 players. Should be enough. Then again, 2 of those players cover also Gabriel, Hincapié, and Calafiori. So it is a bit of a sticky situation in that regard, definitely. 100%. And if Rice goes out and we try to play Skelly in the midfield, then we have no left backs if our both positions get injured. So if things fall in the wrong places, let's just put it that way, we could be on the ropes a tiny bit. We definitely could be on the ropes a tiny bit. But for now, it's looking good. It definitely is looking good. I'm not going to cap or whatever the Gen Zs, not Gen Zs, like Gen whatever they are, say these days. But overall, yeah. it's like it is a bit of a worry. It is a bit of a worry, 100%. If we look long term for longevity and everything, it definitely is a worry. Just go 3 at the back. We could, but the last time we saw 3 at the back was when we were in the first season of Arteta, when he won the FA Cup. That arguably has been the last time when we have seen the 3 at the back or 5 at the back. After that, it's pretty much exclusively has been 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. And very, very rarely we switch formations. Mid-games, we play like 50 formations, but as a starting main formation that basically everything is built upon, we haven't seen that too much, have we? Besides the first season. What? Yeah, Wild Stallion of the East. Yeah, of the South. Let's just put it that way. Wild Stallion of the South. Let's just put it that way. Depending on where you're looking from in Europe. He could be of the East, but he's not like specifically. Let's just put it that way. Where is it? Any games happening right now? I just want to quickly look at this. Because tomorrow there are international games. Yeah, tomorrow everything kicks off. Tomorrow we have quite a few games as well, and quite interesting ones, to be honest. We have games like... what do we have tomorrow? England versus Serbia, 100% Saka, Rice, or some of them will play. France versus Ukraine, Moldova versus Italy, where Calafiori is not going to play due to injury. Ireland versus Portugal is going to be an interesting one. And one I'm very interested in is Nigeria versus Gabon. Definitely. Aubameyang versus Osimhen. And Cameroon versus DR Congo. Some of those teams are very, very tough cookies to crack as well. Arteta needs to make the board make this. Yeah, but it's not going to happen at the end of the day. It's not going to happen. They are trying to distance themselves from stuff like that. To be honest, they should as well. It's not like they can basically go in there and force Arteta to play a specific style, specific system, 11, and all this stuff. They shouldn't as well. They just should not. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, let's talk a bit about Eberechi Eze as well, people. Eberechi Eze. What do you think of Eze so far at Arsenal? So far, Eze at Arsenal. What are your thoughts right now? Because so far, overall, it has been quite hit and miss. He has played 16 games. He has 2 goals, 3 assists in 16 games. So every third game, on average, he gets a point to some extent. But overall, I cannot be very excited. I can say that he's been bang average. He genuinely has been bang average. But yeah, kind of in this instance, kind of have to point the fingers at the manager to some extent, because the system and style definitely is not suiting Eze one single bit. Definitely is not suiting him one single bit. And if we wanted to see the best of Eze this season, whether you will like this statement or not, his best option was Spurs, ironically enough. The way Spurs want to play, the way they need that type of a player, him going to Spurs arguably was his best case scenario to play the style he wants to play. Arguably. Because for Arsenal, definitely he's never going to be that. He's going to be handcuffed, he's going to be put in a box, and it's not going to look pretty. The Eze we used to know will be gone. Just like it was with Jack Grealish after he left Aston Villa and he went to Man City. Pep also boxed him in, and it was what it was at the end of the day. He still had only one good game. Yeah. Bang average. I agree with that. Other than that Palace game, he's mid. Yeah, Eze has been mid. And quite mid, to be honest. Cannot even talk too much about it, because definitely something slims off. Whether he's just in cruise control, whether he's in autopilot mode in terms of the fact that he has nobody to compete with because Odegaard is out, whether there's something to that, maybe, just maybe. But he didn't need that under Glasner. He definitely didn't need that under Glasner. He was performing game in, game out. So you definitely could argue that it's more to the system and the style that Arteta is forcing the team to play more than anything. Because he didn't have much competition at at Palace to play that side or to play in the team, and he was performing out of his skin. For Arsenal, he doesn't do that. We genuinely just, what we have seen from Eze at Arsenal is basically just a shadow of himself, of what we have basically come accustomed to see from him in Palace. Sure. So, yeah, go figure. Top Gunners, you've got an agenda. Basically, yeah. As soon as you say something, as soon as you criticize a player, you have an agenda instantly. Doesn't matter what you say, though. We got Ebenezer Eze. Maybe it's his twin brother or something. Maybe. Heard today we are instant AC Milan's Rafael for the left wing, and he true to that. Let's check. Let's check. Rafael, Arsenal. Let's check this. Well, people are tweeting Rafael to Arsenal and stuff like that, but I don't wait. Let's check some news articles. What they are saying. According to Le Mirror. Let's check this because, well, we can. So why not do it? Let's check this. Arsenal news. Mikel Arteta gets the green light over £85 million deal as meeting is scheduled. Arsenal will look to regroup over the international break after a disappointing draw away at Sunderland in the Premier League. Arsenal were stung late in 2-2 draw. Mikel Arteta's men surrendered the ground, well, in the title race after Brian Brobbey's stoppage time leveling things. Although the Gunners... Anyways, Rafael. Portuguese winger Rafael has reportedly been on Arsenal's radar for some time. He was linked with a move to the Premier League this summer, but he has stayed put in Italy. The 26-year-old has bagged 4 goals in his last 5 Serie A appearances, but new information suggests that although a new contract has been hinted at the club remain open to sale. Matteo Moretto reports that AC Milan could offer Leo a new 2 to 3 year contract extension soon. His current deal runs out in 2028, so basically 2 years by the end of the season. But they continue to have the stance that if a sufficient bid comes in for their star forward, they would be open to negotiating. Recent estimates suggest Leo is priced somewhere in the region of £85 million, which leaves the door ajar for a potential approach from Arsenal. Basically, it's just speculation and rumors. We are basically back in transfer window. Just speculation, just rumor, just random talk. There are some talks, but there's always talks like this. Arsenal had the same talks about Rodrigo, had this about Leos, had this about Semenyo, had this about Ronaldo, had this about Benzema back in the day, Gonzalo Higuain, Yam Villa, Jose Mawar, and Nico Williams, and all these men. And where are they? None of them joined Arsenal. Big up, Cooper. Hope you're doing well. Smash the likes and subscribe, people. I heard we are paying 80... Like, that's the rumor, but go figure. Shit, that should be a red light for that price. He's another mid player to me. Well, for me, the thing with Leo is that he's inconsistent. Let's just put it that way. He's very, very, very inconsistent. Now, is he better than our wingers? 8 out of 10 times. Let's just put it that way. For me, Rafael is very, very inconsistent because if Rafael is on it, if he feels it, pause, he's unplayable. You cannot defend against that guy. He's going to dribble past you. He's going to sprint past you. He's going to do everything. He's going to cook you expeditiously better than Gordon Ramsay could cook a meal, right? But if he is not feeling it, if he is having a stinky performance, he's going to stink out the place more than pretty much any other player on the pitch. So that is that one hit and miss you get pretty much for me with Rafael, if we are looking from that point of view. That's at least how I see it. There's no denying that Rafael is a very talented player, but the inconsistencies that still persist in his game weekly to some extent, that is something it's very hard to ignore. and you should not ignore. Better than our wingers, though. He's got a good GA in the no. Yeah, obviously. Goddamn reports, yeah. Reports. Always reports. It's always the reports that suggest these type of things. 100%. What did you expect? No reports? Come on, Eros. Are you new around here? No reports. Inconsistent facts. That's exactly how I feel about Leon. Yeah, and that's how I feel as well. Personally, for me, because I cannot deny that he's a talented and very good player. But the inconsistencies are the ones that throw me off at the end of the day. Definitely. But I lean more into Semenyo and Nusa. I can see why Semenyo. Semenyo is 75 million pounds, though. What's its face? Bournemouth wants 75 million pounds for Semenyo, which just seems hella ridiculous to say the least, right? Nusa at the moment, I'm not too sure. I'm genuinely not too sure about Nusa. This season as well, 11 games, 2 GA, 1 goal, 1 assist. Obviously, GA is not be-all, end-all. But the biggest issue for me with Nusa is the injuries. That for me is the biggest worry, because every single season Nusa gets injured. He misses on average what? Let me check. 13, 16, 20, 24, 20, 30, 34. He misses about 11 to 12 games a season so far in his career, on average. And in the last 2 seasons, he missed 13 games with a knee injury and 16 games with a back or hamstring injury. He already has had a hamstring injury, and this Arsenal team having hamstring injuries is just like a career ender, pretty much. I'm not gonna lie. Having those hamstrings already ran into the ground and being genuinely shredded, that is something nobody wants to see personally. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not leaning towards any of them. Definitely at the moment. None of them. Robinson for left back. I can see that, but again, he's never gonna play. So that is, again, according to reports, if I had $1 every time I heard that, every summer window I'd have about 6 houses and a big yeah. Yep, same. If it was according to reports, I literally could own my own island at the end of the day. Who is that guy? Shad from Brentford. He's quite good too. Would swap for Nelly or Trossard for him. Shade is decent, but then again, for me, the biggest question mark every single time is the question that is the fact that are they ready to wear this shirt? Because there are players who can be very, very good for mid-table, smaller teams, but as soon as they move to a big club, they can't do anything. It's like they have this mental pressure, this mental block, as soon as they put on a big club shirt that they cannot overcome, and they instantly flop. And that, for me, is the biggest worry. And on top of that, to be honest, some of these players, they are players that look good because the team plays very open style of football. They either play counter-attacking football where they have space, or they play very expansive attacking football where they create space themselves. And teams don't fear that. Against Arsenal, no matter who plays, there is going to be low block, mid-low block. You will have almost no space sometimes, and you'll be lucky if you get 1-2 counters per game with open space. That is the other thing. Unless we change our style, that's not going to change, obviously. Would you take Leao even with the inconsistent performances and with that price tag? Well, for me, it depends who else is on the market, right? If for 85 million you can get someone better, then obviously I'm not going to take Leao. But the thing is, though, there are very few left wingers in the world that, well, quote unquote, get rated that highly. Let's just say by the media or by the footballing world, not with fans. I'm talking more about the scouts, the managers, the directors, and all this stuff, right? And coaches, right? And they value him that high. The 85 million price tag is a bit steep for Leao, in my opinion. personally, because I would pay 70, 65 to 70 up for Leao. 85 seems quite steepish for Leao in general. But if there are no better options, if you want to get him, you have to pay the money that the club basically requests at the end of the day. If you want the player, you have to pay the money. And unfortunately, it might be the case. Rafa Leao, where is he? Where is he? He's also not on that big of a money, to be honest. Rafa Leao gets literally... Wait, where is it? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Big up abs! Big up abs for the raid. Big up abs. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Much appreciated, my bro. I see AJ has joined. AJ, if you got a second, drop Abs' link in the chat, please. And yeah, go subscribe to Abs. Top guy, top person, amazing person to talk to and discuss things. What a fantastic fellow. I'm not gonna lie. Phenomenal. Thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciate that. But yeah, see, Rafa Leao is only on 106,000 a week. Only 106,000 pounds a week, which compared to Arsenal wages is absolutely F all. Let's be real. Excuse my French, but F all. So in those terms, we definitely could take him. Roma Loki cooking, I mean, I guess to said about them personally. To be honest, I would love to try and get Sule from Roma. I think Sule is a very, very good player. Very good player. Exactly. See? I would take Sule as well. See? Abs is right. Big up Abs once again for the raid. Big up Seymour. Big up Le Doctor. Le Doctor. Big up Doctor. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Hope the vino is tasting very, very good at this time of the day. Although it's quite early for you, isn't it? Midday. Yeah, people. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up Tony. Big up Tony. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Go subscribe to Tony as well, people. Also, another Arsenal fan. Does great content. Does great panel shows. Talks Arsenal and everything, people. Go show him some love. Drop a sub while you're there. Big up Godfrey. Big up Godfrey. Hope you're doing well. Here is Abs' link. Here is Waffle Don's link, people. Go subscribe. Go show him some love. And yeah. But speaking of Rafa Leao, I would take him, Stockholm. I would take him. 85 million is a bit steep. But at the end of the day, he is their best player, technically speaking. He's one of the best players in Serie A. He's one of those that are actually very requested in the world football. Left-wing market is not that big. So you have to pay the premium money anyways. So I guess we would have to pay that if we would want to get him. Let's just put it that way. And here is Tony's link as well, people. Go subscribe as well there. Go subscribe, go drop him some love and show him some support as well. Leao Yildiz. Oh, Yildiz. If we go in that regard, I'm going for Yildiz. The thing about Yildiz is, though, I'm not too sure that Yildiz would succeed under Mikel Arteta. Then again, not many players succeed under Mikel Arteta, so that could be kind of a moot point I'm making here. But yeah, Yildiz gets literally no money. He gets 49,000 pounds a week. He would cost about 75 million. He could be somewhere near close to the same money as Rafa Leao, by the way. But if I have to choose between Yildiz and Rafa Leao, I'm taking Yildiz. I'm taking Yildiz. Yeah, I'm taking Yildiz without no questions asked. Ivan Tony wants back to Prem in January. We should be all over that. Oh, 100%. If there's a chance of us getting Ivan Tony, we should correct our past mistakes and get him. Surely we should. Surely. He's that what we need. His skills remain second defenders. Yeah. 14 likes. Big up to you all, people. If we could push it to 15, it would be fantastic. Yildiz is fantastic. I spoke also to TKA. He would also love to have Yildiz at Arsenal, by the way. But there's a big but by it. As long as Mikel Arteta is here, he doesn't want Yildiz here because he doesn't want Arteta to ruin Yildiz. So that is the only drawback. Why are you overthinking this when Semenyo is right at Bournemouth and Arsenal fan? No. We already discussed that. We already discussed Semenyo. We are just looking at other options. at the end of the day. But the fact is, if Bournemouth wants 75 million for Semenyo and we can get maybe Yildiz for less, I would take Yildiz, to be honest. I don't buy into this Prem proven crap at the end of the day. I don't buy into that. Yildiz, yeah. Yeah, just like Semenyo and everyone, exactly. Big up, Tony. Big up, Tony. Thank you for your support. Big up to you. Thank you for your support. Much appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your support. Great show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big up to you. Honestly, if we can do like Gabriel Martinelli and say 50 million, yeah. Yildiz Guler would feed Gyökeres. Yeah, but Guler is not getting sold. Real Madrid already has basically banned the opportunity to sign him for anyone. No money is going to get him out of the club. Who is Maurizio Micheli? Here we go again. Maurizio Micheli. Let's start this once again. We already talked about him. Let's talk about him once again. Maurizio Micheli basically is a scout for Napoli, who has founded such players as Simon Montari, Asamoah Gyan, in recent times for Napoli, Kim Min-jae, and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. He has been there for about 12 years, and he's their main scouting guy. He's the senior scout or whatever that is at the end of the day. He's one of those. And Andrea Berta is pulling some strings to get him at the club, basically. That's what Andrea Berta is doing. He is part of the recruitment team under Andrea Berta. He is one of those. He's solid scout. Also found Hamšík. Yeah, he also found Hamšík. Yeah, from Brescia. He also found Hamšík. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That guy in this picture, he looks hella scary. He genuinely looks like he means business, like proper business. Like Andrea Berta. It's the Italian mafia connections, you know? Genuinely, it feels that way. What's up with Malik Fofana or Nusa? Supposedly Rodrigo also available. Like, you see? Malik Fofana, I don't know at the moment. I genuinely don't know. Haven't seen much on him in terms of Arsenal links. Nusa, for me, I don't know. I'm not convinced about Musa. He has had some hamstring issues, and we all know how good the hamstring theory is going around Arsenal in terms of training grounds and injuries. So not too sure about that one in a long term. And Rodrigo available for 50 million, dude. Don't get into this Rodrigo fuckery again. I had enough of Rodrigo last summer. I'm not getting into that one once again. Genuinely not getting into that one. Yeah, Nusa is good, but the injuries are not. Yeah, I'm kind of on offense about that. And to make him our main left winger, I don't think he's ready as of yet. Because for me, one of the biggest things is that we look at these wingers, right? Like Nusa, like what's its face, Leao, and all these guys. They tend to play teams that don't park the bus a lot. They play in open spaces. They have chances to move. They have chances to take on opponents. If you come to Arsenal, you instantly get low blocks. You get no space, no time, no chances to do anything. And for me, that is definitely, if you're not ready, if you're not established somewhat as a player yet, for me, I think it's a bit of a tall order to that extent. Let's just put it that way. Especially to commit about 70, well, let's just say 50 to 70 million to like Nusa, we could put that money into better winger to use. Thoughts on getting a right winger moving Saka to the left? I'm all for it if there's a possibility of that. I'm all for it if there is possibility for that. But is there a possibility for that? Can we get a proper right winger? Will Arteta be open to change? Will Arteta be open to putting Saka on the left? I don't think so. He needs that Saka on the right so he can cut in. He needs Saka next to Odegaard so they can massage each other's backs at the end of the day. So for me, that is kind of I don't want to say impossible scenario, but very, very small likely scenario. Let's face it, Arteta is gonna injure every player no matter who we sign. Funny you should say that. Funny you should say about injuries. Because Calafiori is injured. I kid you not, Calafiori is injured. He has a hip injury. Make that of what you will. But Calafiori has a hip injury. He's not being named for the game for Moldova tomorrow for Italy. He's training separately from his teammates this week. And God knows how serious is that hip injury. I'm saying this in the summer. We should have... when Brian Buemo was available. Yeah, we should have gotten Buemo. We could have. Calafiori moving like Shakira. To be honest, Shakira's... at least her hips don't lie. They move and they don't get injured. Calafiori, well, he's moving like Piqué more than Shakira a bit. If you get what I mean, right? Well, he got, no, not always. He just got injured. That's the nuts part. Calafiori has not been that injured this season, and he's actually been semi-decent. Don't put words in my mouth as saying he's good. I'm saying he's been semi-decent. But yeah, now he's injured. Let's see how that's gonna go. And I saw a stat today that Miles Lewis-Skelly has played, 9 games this season, right? This season specifically, if I'm not mistaken. And he has played like 86 minutes overall or some crap like that. It might be cap, because it was a weird stat. I didn't believe it. I didn't have time to fact check it, because I think that's a very made up stat. Let me check this quickly before something goes out of hand. No, yeah, Skelly has played 7 games in Premier League, 86 minutes overall. It's not a made-up stat. Skelly has played 7 games in Premier League and 86 minutes. That's like, 12 minutes a game on average? That is the same Skelly everyone last season screamed that he should start over Calafiori, the one that saved our season. He was the next big thing, everyone said, and Arteta couldn't wait to put him into the team. Right now, he's not seeing pitch whatsoever. He's not seeing the pitch whatsoever. That's the same Miles Lewis-Skelly, by the way, people. Champions League 3 games, 1 assist, and in Carabao Cup 2 games, 2 goals. He at least has played there 2 full games. Let's just put it that way. But overall, yeah, it's not great. Definitely it's not great. Skelly is starting to get Ranieri treatment. Lookman is still available, yeah. Lookman is still available. But wait. Lookman has been hella silent this season because Atalanta are heavily struggling as well. Lookman has what? Let me check. Yeah, he has 1 goal in 10 games for Atalanta. But Atalanta are absolutely shocking this season. Absolute abomination and fall from grace compared to last year, if we look at Atalanta. If we look from that point of view. Should have brought Buemo no more that the cost and sign a left wing, left back. Yeah, we shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's Arsenal. We all know this. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. What if and what if and what if and what if? Yeah, my boy Lookman, he can play up top too. Yeah, Lookman is having an awful season. But that as well comes together, as I said, with Atalanta having one of their absolutely shocking season. Lookman, Semenyo, Gyökeres, Saka should get a rest. I would just trade Gabriel Martinelli for Lookman, then trade Trossard. Yeah, the trades are not going to happen. That's the biggest thing. Trades are not financially beneficial to any of the clubs, are they, this now? Trades are never going to happen. Definitely Skelly needs more game time. Yeah, 100% Miles Lewis-Skelly needs more game time. Will he get it, though? That's the other big question. Because thanks to the fact that Arteta has basically, used him, abused him, and now he's out of the team pretty much, to some extent. He's also not in the England squad anymore, although last season he was one of those that got called up to semi-consistent basis as well. And bring in a Gume for Merino and Ruiz for Odegaard. Yeah, Skelly, Robinson, the opinion. Yeah, and question is how much money we have and how much money we can spend still. That is the other question we need to take in consideration if we don't sell. because we need to sell now. We definitely need to sell some players. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I remember reading something correctly, Arsenal are kind of on the brinks of all those FFP, PSR, PTA, LSD, XXN, and ESPN, and all these abbreviations they use for all these things that basically limit your spending and all this stuff. So, yeah, it could go either way. Definitely could go either way. And just put it that way. But yeah, no, why not? Yeah, true. Screw PSR and FFP. Everyone can do with FFP and PSR whatever they want. They basically play jump rope with it. Like they're up and down and up and down. And nobody gets punished. Yeah, Everton got some fines and point deductions. Leicester got some fines. But at the end of the day, not Chelsea has gotten nothing out of it. Villa, Newcastle, all these teams, they breach it consistently and there have been no repercussions for them whatsoever. Somehow there have been no repercussions. My biggest problem, all these Arteta in will be new manager all day one. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, but give it time. Yeah. Then that will be very interesting, by the way. Because let's be real. These Arteta-ins are going to be the new manager all day one. We, on the other hand, we're going to be the new manager in from the day one. We're going to be called toxic and negative for being positive right now. It's going to be very funny how tables actually might turn in that regard. Hire some lawyers like City and spend. Yeah, find loopholes and, I don't know, shell corporations and get a sister team. You basically can dump all it on and everything. Just do it. Everyone can find a loophole besides Arsenal. Arsenal hold on to these FFP and PSR rules like it's the Holy Bible. You cannot break it. It's the 9 rules of the condemnment. You shall not break, and all this stuff. Other teams, screw this, screw that. I'm gonna want to do this, I want to do that, and nothing happens. Who can we actually sell that Arteta will let go? That's the other thing. Arteta don't want to let go any of these guys. Maybe Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, and all these. But as soon as you have to sell someone big like Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, and all these guys, he's not gonna want to sell them because they are his babies. They are his adopted children. Sorry. So we will be the top gunners. Well, so to speak, yeah. We actually could become into that. City Group cooked their books by selling players at Girona to offset spending at City, yeah. They loaned them out, they sold them out, then they actually, basically, then Girona sold those players for big money. Then they bought back some of the players and everything. It balanced each other out and they were Gucci. They were all good to go. There were no issues afterwards. Like, they find loopholes. How comes Arsenal never find loopholes into this? That's the nut part. And how comes Arsenal is arguably the only team that it doesn't have a sister team? Like, seriously. We need something like that. Well, United had one, or has one, technically. Chelsea. Who else is there? Chelsea has like 5 of them, what it feels like. City has one. Liverpool are about to get one at some point by the looks of things, like Getafe or Malaga or something like that. Arsenal, well, we have a dog. I guess we can write it down to, I don't know, Pira or something in those lines. We have a sister team, the Colorado Rapids. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, trusty the process, and Tina Turner in the goal, trusty the process at the back, and all this stuff. Yeah, that went well. By the way, that Tina Turner, right, from Crystal Palace, won the FA Cup last year, and the trusty the process is in a cup final as well. He's winning trophies, well, not at Arsenal. What could we get for 29? I don't know. Depends what you can get in 29-cent store. Depends. What could we get for Odegaard? 50 to 70 million, something in that region. 50 to 70 for Odegaard. I definitely believe in that region we can definitely get that. Big up, Abs. Big up, Waffle Don. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Hope you're doing well. What could we get for Mikel Merino? Well, nothing, because we are not selling him. He just joined. Arsenal are not going to sell a player if he joined last summer, pretty much. That's never going to happen. But if we were to sell him, I think we could break even. At least 30, 40 million. Then Agume. Baleba is about 9. How much did they want for Baleba? Didn't they want 100 mil for Baleba? Yeah. Brighton have reportedly asked 100 million pounds for Baleba. They want 100 million pounds for Baleba. There is no chance in hell we are paying that. 3 of them should bring us 100 mil. Yeah. Knowing Arsenal, Odegaard will sell for 12 million. Well, that's the thing now. If it was Edu we were talking about here, Odegaard probably would be sold for 2 pieces of steak and a jet ski, right? And maybe a cigar. On loan, by the way. But with Andrea Berta here, he definitely will make some calls. He will, if something goes wrong, he will call his boys at the in Sicily or wherever, and we're gonna get some money for him. Let's be real. We're definitely gonna get some money for him. I trust Andrea Berta more with these sales than I have ever trusted Edu. I think Andrea Berta is gonna get some proper business in terms of money for these. Come on, with these prices are absolutely cap on players. Like, yeah, exactly. 100 million for Ballet, but that's what Brighton wants. The sad part is, right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how this happens, but the player costs the amount the team is demanding for the player at the given time, at the end of the day. Obviously, it has multiple factors, including into that, like wages, contract, injury history, and all this crap, right? At the same time, the amount the team asks for the player, that's what the player is worth at the given time. And you pay the money and you get the player, or you don't pay the money, well, and you get someone else. Odegaard is worth 70. Yeah, I think Odegaard is between like 50 and 70 million, depending on how injury-free he can stay if we decide to sell him. If Real Madrid offer 150 million for Saliba next summer, what do we do? Well, I guess sell. Although he just signed a new deal, why would he even sell? I don't know, to be honest. I want 200 million. You want to pay me 200 million. I'm down for that. Pay up. In my pocket now doesn't mean Brighton want to get 100. Yeah, exactly. They want this, they want that, but that doesn't mean they're gonna get it. But you can bet your ass that they're gonna get somewhat close to that. Let's be real. They're gonna get somewhat close to that, no matter how you look at it. They're gonna get somewhat close to that, whether you like it or not. Let's just put it that way. But I want to show you something, people. I want to show you something. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm going to show you something, right? And let me know what you think. So I'm definitely going over 100 million since he signed a new deal. Modern day market. Yeah, modern day market is crazy, especially for defenders and crap like that. I'm going to show you something. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think.
Madrid, all-time 11. First of all, mate, who's your keeper?
So basically, Arsenal
and Real Madrid, all-time 11. First of all, mate, who's your keeper going to be?
Courtois.
And next up, bro, who your centre-back's going to be?
Saliba and Gabriel.
Okay, all-time
Real Madrid and Arsenal starting 11. Personally, I would have gone for Casillas, right? But Courtois, I can be fine with that. All-time center-backs, Saliba and Gabriel over Ramos, over even Varane, over Sol Campbell, and all these guys.
Both clubs. Sergio Ramos.
Nah, I'm still putting Saliba and Gabriel 100% over them.
Okay, bro. Your fullbacks.
Marcelo?
Yeah.
You got Marcelo? Yeah? And Ashley Cole.
Marcelo and Ashley Cole as wingbacks. Okay, Marcelo I get. Personally, for me, it's Roberto Carlos, right? But I can get Marcelo. Putting Ashley Cole at right back, first things first, is a disgrace. Second of all, putting Ashley Cole over a player like Carvajal, for example, that is just stupidity at the highest end.
Marcelo and Ashley Cole. Okay, so Ashley Cole's going right back.
Yeah.
Okay, man. And who's your CDM going to be? To be one who plays in the Prem right now is quite good. Who's saying?
CDM's a tough one.
Casemiro's been quite good. Vieira.
I think I think you'll go Vieira.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's a good shout. Vieira's a good shout.
Cool. And the 2 number 8s. Real Madrid have had some of the best midfielders of all time. So have you lot. What are you saying for this one?
That's two. That is a big ask.
Wait for it.
But Odegaard's played for both.
Odegaard, all-time Arsenal and Real Madrid starting 11. All-time Arsenal and Real Madrid. And this guy puts Odegaard in the midfield as one of the 8 midfielders. Odegaard, all-time Real Madrid and Arsenal starting 11. So we just gonna completely forget about you know how many players you can count for Real Madrid and then add some of the Arsenal midfielders. And this guy is putting Odegaard over all of them. Seriously, what the hell are we doing here?
True.
So I think you got to throw Odegaard in there. Oh, I'd pick Cruz over Modric just because Modric is Spurs.
Okay, so Cruz is getting in. Cool. Who your wing is going to be? One of them's easy.
Saka easy.
Yeah.
Saka right wing. All-time Real Madrid and Arsenal starting 11. Saka right mid, right wing. So we're going to forget about Figo, David Beckham, and players like that, right? We're going to forget, and we're going to put Saka here. Seriously, we're going to put Saka there.
Who's the other one?
I don't know. Do you know what? And I wanted him here,
Rodrigo, left wing, over Perez, over Cristiano Ronaldo, ironically enough, as well, by the way. Over Bale as well on either of the sides.
All-time 11 for Real Madrid and Arsenal. And the striker's an easy one, right? Big man. Goats.
You say big man, goats. Personally, I'll go Benzema. I wanted him.
Benzema at striker. So R9 doesn't exist. Even CR7 doesn't exist. Thierry Henry doesn't exist. None of those guys exist. Benzema over all of them. Emiliano Butragueño doesn't exist, right? For Real Madrid. If you are a Real Madrid fan, you'll probably know who he is. I'm sorry. This is... I'm kind of speechless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely kind of speechless. All-time Real Madrid and Arsenal starting combined 11. All-time, you know. It's not like it's... I cannot even justify any of those selections, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. All-time, yeah. I swear I'm gonna puke. Dude, you're not the only one. Exactly, madness. How to throw Odegaard in there? No, we don't. Well, since Odegaard has played for both teams, I have to put him in there. Hey, and that's about it. Oh, bloody hell. Subterraneous footy IQ knowledge, dude. That's like he's straight down from the sewers somewhere. Genuinely. Yeah, my apologies. I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly. He said Saka, easy. Right wing, you know. Like, what are we doing there? What literally are we doing there? That's actually kind of nuts to even think about. Like, all time. I'm not gonna lie, like, this really threw me off when I saw this. Really threw me off. There are quite a few of these Arsenal ones, which are quite blown out of proportions. We saw the Saliba one, regarding also the trebles and all this stuff. Now we are seeing all-time 11 from Real Madrid and Arsenal, and that's going well, isn't it? It just shows. And then Arsenal fans sit on social media, oh, why everyone hates us? Why there's so much negativity? What here is one of the prime examples why. Yeah, I have. Have you seen the rumors of the renewal of Mikel contract? I have. Big up Mark, by the way. Big up Mark. I have seen very contradicting reports. Let's just put it that way. There have been some saying that there are no talks with Arteta yet, but there are also talks that Arteta might get a new deal sometime. That Andrea Berta is talking to Stan Kroenke about a new deal. Freaking hell, if that happens, I might as well go live in the woods. Whew, I'm gonna become a caveman and all this stuff. Could vlog it from there. Life in the cave since Arsenal caused me a big depression thanks to Arteta. Like, that is actually kind of nuts. Genuinely. Yeah, there are. There are. I feel like I'm watching a group meeting from the floor over the cuckoo's nest when I see the top gunner speak. Yeah, it is. Gently is. It's actually kind of nuts. If you, by the way, doctor, right? If you search it on X, if you are there, if not, you just Google it. Arteta new contract and all this stuff. There will be reports suggesting that Arsenal are talking with new deals for Timber, Saka, and all these players, but Arteta has not still been done. And there are also some articles about the fact that Andrea Berta is talking to Stan Kroenke about potential new contract at some time for Arteta. Seriously. There are. Yeah, I know. It is like that. It's actually kind of nuts to even think about. Imagine Arteta does not win anything again this season, and he gets a new 2-year deal, extra on top of the 2-year deal that he has right now. And he gets about 19 million a year. Can you imagine the scenes? Can you imagine the scenes? It's even scary to think about. You know, people say Arsenal are scary, scintillating, dangerous, and all this stuff. Now, that is scary and dangerous that we are talking about here, to be honest. But yeah, it is a bit of a worry. But people, I think my throat is killing me, I'm not gonna lie. I think Saliba Gabriel will stay, but if we don't win anything, players will start to want to leave. Oh, without shadow of a doubt. Without shadow of a doubt. At some point, the penny has to drop, no matter how you look at it. But yeah, people, I'm still not feeling great, and my throat is killing me, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna end the stream today here. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you did, smash the like, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully gonna see you all tomorrow, see what tomorrow brings. But for today, I'm gonna be signing off. So take care, stay safe, have a great day tomorrow. But for today, I'm gonna go relax and try to basically have some tea with lemon and honey. And hopefully I'm gonna get there. But yeah, for today, I'm out. Peace.